Thank you. Good to go. Sorry about the background noise, y'all. Can't help it. You know, little people. Alright, let's get into this because this is going to be, in general, hopefully the whole 5.3. I wanted to get it started earlier, but lost track of time. Master Tinsley, will you be venturing forth today? Do be sure to take care. So, though they say the star showers was harmless, one can never be too careful. But I concede it is not for me to tell the warrior doctors how to look after himself. Old habits, you understand? Ah, Duran. How very opportune. Greetings, my friend. Do you perchance have a moment to spare? That's the book guy. Wonderful, wonderful. I want to thank you, for revealing to us the truth of the Warriors of Light. After all these years, your tale sets the record straight. Finally, people see them as great heroes they were. Or the great hero he is in the case of Albert. You two were surprised to see him, I think. Yeah, because that's not him. At the time, I was not certain what to make of it all, but I could see the effort his words has on around me. And then the stars rain down from the skies, and, well, you know the rest. When the commotion died down, you were nowhere to be seen, but I was determined to express my gratitude. And so, here I am. Thank you, Duran, for giving voice to the truth and restoring the Warriors of Light to the rightful place in history. Should you perhaps wish to have your account of these matters committed to writing, I would be more than willing to serve as your scribe. Indeed, if there is anything I can do to help, anything at all, you need only to say the word. Sure, I'm recanting tales to him right now. Situation in the city. Do you mean the people's awakening as warriors of light? Well, while the question remains about the secretary surrounding Albert's return, history tells us that what took place may not be entirely unprecedented. But to understand that requires an understanding of warrior of light in a broader context. If it please you, I should be glad to provide an overview. I flatter myself that I may grant you a better grasp of what is to occur not only in the Crystarium, but in the world at large. Excellent. I shall return to the cabinet at once and look up the relevant texts. Pray join me at your earliest convenience. No rest for the righteous, it would seem. Do not let me keep you, sir. I bid you a pleasant day. Okay. So we're rolling into the first quest. It's not a whole lot. I mean, there's a lot, but it's got one dungeon. Looks like we may have one trial. That'd suck if we do. Look, that's what it looks like, though. Okay. So we're gonna try to get through this tonight. Duran, excellent timing. I have but this moment finishing gathering the material for our lesson. As a great many works make reference to the Warrior of Light, I shall, with your permission, focus only upon the details that seem most relevant. Hey, twins, and Rain. The Warriors of Light, you say? Forgive us, but we couldn't help overhearing. We've been out keeping watch over the Mortarium, but it appears to be business as usual. So, I thought I'd spend some time brushing up on my knowledge of the familiars, and Alphanode volunteered to help. I actually came on a different errand, but I'd be interested in hearing about the Warriors of Light as well. May I join you? Of course, of course. The more the merrier. If you would care to find a table below, I shall be down with the books in a moment. Were one to pour over the animals of the university history, one would note that the comparatively frequent reoccurrence of the individual's hails as a warrior of light. Albert and his comrades required no introduction, but many others bore the epic long before them. To name but a few, there was Totowil, legendary first king of Lakeland, Rodafleur, and Salarod, the fabled Doran and the Godwin of Bort, and no list to the veteran heroes that would be complete without the arguments of Tuna of Roken and Odortex. She too was called a warrior of light. It surprised me how ready people were to forget the negative connotation of the title, but it makes sense if it's been around for centuries. Verily, in ages past, it was simply a synonym for hero. In the wake of the flood, however, light came to be regarded with fear. The title used to not to exalt, but to reveal. A far cry from its beginnings. This is my friend, is Norvernite's oldest epic, the original tale of the struggle between good and evil. In a time when all lay shroud in darkness, a prophecy hero rose to deliver the world from its doom. Fighting in the name of the light, the hero styled himself its foot soldier, and thus did he become known as the warrior of light. Curiously, the centuries that followed, the other heroes appeared who claimed themselves sane, epist, despite sharing no discernible connection with their predecessor. And in time, the warrior of light came to be named accorded to all men and women of uncommon skill and valor. Well, the plot thickens. As you know, the title Warrior of Light is also used in the source, though the manners in which the individuals have earned it are many and varied. Heroes have been honored thus since antiquity. Nor does the custom show any signs of dying out, as you can well attest. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? It surely can't be a coincidence. Indeed not. Let us imagine a man who is awakened to the echo, and is able to hear Heidelman's voice. As she styles him, so too does her style. He styled himself a warrior of light. Of course, being blessed with the echo does not, in itself, make one a hero. And conversely, there will have been a few heroes who were not blessed with it. But such distinction are immaterial to the masses, and over time they came to use the title Warrior of Light and the word hero interchangeably. Sounds about right. It would be interesting to see if their theory holds true in the other worlds, if crossing the rift were that easy.
Hey, go wash your hands again. Okay, wash your hands.
Let's say we'll put Heidelman to call me the Warrior of Light.
Moani?
She did. I've never heard her voice myself, but I can feel her presence, perhaps through Mephilia. Dropping a like, fan. Busy at the moment. No problem, Jay. Appreciate you. At any rate, assuming all of this is true, and there's a common thread behind the epithet, I doubt the Asians will have been amused. To have the world at large associate light, and by extension Heidelman, with good, must have added insult to injury.
Did you have a bath today? Okay, come on, sugar booger, hurry up.
While this discussion is undeniably fascinating, I wonder, should I be privy to it? Perhaps it would be better if I excuse myself. Oh, no need for that, my friend. Pray accept our apologies. Your lessons on the Warriors of Light has given us much to ponder. Oh, did someone say Warriors of Light? Someone fell. That sounds like someone fell. Ricatoy, are you alright?
More.
My precious tomes. Did I not say you must take care in the cabinet? You two, Eric and Erwell. We're sorry, Master Monor. Aren't you the Warriors of Darkness? My name is Ricatoy, and I want to help everyone. Please tell me what I have to do to be a hero, to be a warrior of light. The look on his face. Okay, so I want to be a warrior of light, but not one that fights with a sword and all that. No, I want to be the kind that fights with potions and heals people, and apothecary. And I'm going to help everyone in the Crystarium. No, in all of Norabot. When I told Eric and Erwell this, they said that the cabinet should have lots of tomes about potions. But this place is so big and we don't have the faintest idea where to begin searching. At this rate, I'm not going to get anywhere. If one knew where to look, one should indeed be able to find treatise on potions here. Even so, I fear that may prove a little difficult for one so young, but esteemed warrior of darkness, perhaps you may accompany young Ricatoy to Sparagaric rather than through tones. I believe she stands to learn more by observing the Churgans at their work. Sounds like a plan. It seems we finished here, so we'll come with you. We'll say the last one. I want to stay for a little while. What up? What up, Jay? Or is that Barry over there on? That's Barry. It's Barry on Twitch. Really, thank you so much, Warrior Darkness. We'll see you at Sparwicker. I don't know if I said that right. I'm sure I butchered that all up. Page just pulled it out. Okay. All right. So look, we are off to. What's going on? It's you, wrong account. Yeah, I figured that was you. Hi, baby.
Hi, Papa. I love you.
I love you too. What's good with you, Barry, man? Well, now to what do I owe the pleasure of so many bright-eyed visitors? Is that the way of it, sweetie? You wish to learn about medicine? That's right. I want to become a warrior of light who uses potions to help people all over the world. Well, that's very noble endeavor. And aren't you alone? And are you alone in it? Now, few at our infirmary yearn to venture forth as a warrior of light. But ultimately, they have all decided not to pursue that dream. Huh? Why? Because the people here need them too, sweetie. The guards who place themselves in harm's way to keep us safe, the artisans who toil tirelessly that we may sustain our way through life, and the younglings like you who are the future of the Posterium. They couldn't simply abandon them, you see, and so difficult though it was, they made a decision to remain. Then, does this mean my dream isn't any good? Oh, sweetie, yours is a wonderful dream, and it would be my pleasure to help you pursue it. If we all work hard, the day will come when Jurgens may set forth to aid folk in every corner of the realm. As we strive towards that day, I hope that we can rely upon you as well as through, though I may warn you, or ours is not an easy path. No, you must work very, very hard. I'm not afraid of hard work. I'll become the best aquapary, I'm saying that right. That's the spirit. Without further ado, then may I entrust you with a task. I have placed in order at the sweetest season for the potion ingredients and would like you to go and collect them. Oh, an ingredient? Leave it to me, miss. My, such an abundance of energy, though I can't help wonder if she'll be all right by herself. My apologies, but would you mind accompanying her? When you arrive at Switzerland, speak with a woman named Garcin. She will point you in the right direction. Nobody here has normal names. I shall join you as one who suggested the course to Rikatoy. I would assist in her first steps. Okay. And what about the two of you? Are you coming along too? Well, we do want to become warriors of light, just not the same kind as Reek. So we'll wait for you here, Warrior of Darkness. When you return, please teach us how to fight. In that case, Rain and I shall keep them company and take the opportunity to ask about their aspirations. Quick trip. been up this way, yeah. Reason why. Okay. It's right over here somewhere. Go past. Okay. And go out some more. No. So how do I get where they are? Let's do this. Where's the crystal at? Take the crystal. We will take a crystal. That way I'm not just running around aimlessly. You know what? I think we should have went outside the other way. Like this. There we go. Don't think I've ever been over here, honestly. If it isn't the Warrior of Darkness himself, may I assume you are with Master Alphaman? I am. Right. Least you wonder. Chessmill's order is for grapes. Grapes? As busy as we have been of late, however, I regret to say we didn't have the time to harvest them. So it was with apologies that I asked Master Alphino and his young companion to help themselves to the fruits of the vines. Perhaps you could lend them a hand. Now I gotta go pick grapes. It's the undersized grapes you want to pick. They're too small for normal consumption, but suitable for making the wine and medicine. Oh, yay. Got some grapes. Yep, that's 3 things grapes. Oh, you're here too. We're picking little grapes. It's quite fun. Yeah. Sure it is. There you go, kid. Wow, you picked this many already? Amazing. I don't know how many it was. It's 3 bushels, I guess. I dare say we have enough between us. Shall we take them back to Chessmill? I can't wait to see what she's going to do with them. Tell me, Rick, what made you want to become an apothecary in the Warrior of Light? Why, well, a while ago I feel sick, really sick. My body was burning up, and I felt so weak I couldn't even get out of bed. Then a traveling apothecary came and gave me a potion to drink. It was the foulest thing I ever tasted, but it made me get better. She was so brave, the apothecary, she went around taking care of people even when it was dangerous. And I decided I wanted to help people just like her. So I started brewing potions out of grass and giving them to my friends, but I didn't really know what I was doing or if there was anything else I could be doing. Then not long ago, a neighbor told me that he was going to become the Warrior of Light and going traveling around the world helping people. And I thought, that's the same thing I want to do. I missed something, I'm sorry. Clara, I haven't seen him for a bit, so you must already be out there looking for people to help. Tyreland, one of the guards, awakened by the star shower. Thank you for sharing your talent with us, Toy. I myself took inspiration from one not unlike your traveler apothecary, and I hope her good example will spur you on to realize your dreams. But it will not be done in a day. Such lofty goals are reached through hard work and persistence, through countless little acts of heroism, like delivering the grapes to Chessmill. It would seem I have been laboring under misapprehensions. I convinced myself that it was this Elvis who had sowed the desire to become more light within their hearts of the people. But now I see it's the impulse to aid their fellow man abed within them from the first. Elvis did no more than give them the name. And he so kindly proclaimed, we must return to our own world ere long. With the exarch laboring tirelessly, I doubt not, but that a way will be found. Oh, crap. Skipped over a line there. What up, Truth? How you doing, sir? This is no longer a strange and distant land. After all, Norvon has become as a home to us, and her people our own. Let us return to Spiral Alec. I wouldn't do to keep you admirers waiting. Oh boy. Truth, how are things? If you're still here, I don't know if I missed you. Okay. Thanks for your kind help, sweetie. We now have all the ingredients we require. From the grapes, we shall make vinegar, to which we will add elf grass and a few other herbs to produce invigorating syrup. Though it is unspeakably sour, it does wonders for the constitution. As a part of her studies, they may just have to give Ritio a little taste. Yeah, I'm sure that's not what people want. Alright. So this is a lot of questing of showing people how to do stuff. The road dreams next. Okay, keep it pushing. It's a lot of filler story here. Warrior Darkness, if you finished helping Reek, won't you show us some fighting? Not play fighting, but honest to good fighting? We already have some enemies that you can deal with. Vampire bats. The guards say they've become a pest around the Crystarium of late. We tried to sneak outside to hunt them, but the guards caught us and sent us home. But they shouldn't mind if you were doing the fighting and we were just watching. The Trident told us as much while you were away, and in preparation, Trismil kindly furnished us with some lures for the bats. While the creatures won't give you any sport, bear in mind that the younglings will be watching. So to say, put on a good show, yes? Right, let's head outside, everyone. Everyone follow me. Elise, wait, just a... Come on then, children. Okay. We're going out this way. Where are we going? Oh, it's okay. point, and I'll just sprint. That should get me. Go on. Uh-oh. Somebody disconnected right here. But they just left the game. They left. Oh, it's just right there. Everyone's here. Good. Let's get started, shall we? As their name suggested, vampire bats feed on blood, and the originally being nocturnal creatures, they've grown more active with the return of the night and become a nuisance. To draw them out, we will use Kisma's lure, which work by exploiting their heat-seeking behavior. The bats are wont to nest under the eaves, so you're likely to attract more if you place the lures near buildings. Okay. I have 6 lures, 3 each for you and me. As proof of successful kills, I want you to gather up their fangs. Whoever collects the most is the winner. Oh, you're hunting too? Yes, well, there's nothing like a friendly competition to bring out the best in the Rand. We're hunting bats. The 2 of you are to stay with Ring. She's really strong too and will keep you safe. Without further ado, then let's the contest begin. Technically, there's a couple over here. Okay. Oh, yay. Still too far away? Bruh. Okay. Not the hardcore fights we're used to fighting, but nonetheless. Well fought, Duran. The children were hanging on your every move, as was I, to be honest, though I know the tally. May I see your fangs for good measure? Apologies for the wait. But thanks, not a bad haul, even if I do say so myself. 5, 6, 7 things from Alizé. Which means the victor goes to Alizé. Duran collected 5. Ha! I did it! I bested Duran. In another God's damn life. You didn't even try, did you? And there I was, taking it seriously. Spare me your pity. Next time, will you? So truly, you've now seen the Warrior of Darkness in action. What are your impressions? He's incredible, miss. The bats were down before they knew it. Our guards are strong, but the Warrior of Darkness is much stronger. We want to be just like him. Good. If you're looking for an example to emulate, you may as well pick the best. I want you to remember how you felt when you watched Duran and train hard. Keep at it for long enough and you'll be strong too. If you don't mind telling us, when did you decide that you wanted to become Warriors of Light? Well, we were listening with everyone at Albert's pier, but I've wanted to be strong since before I came to the Crystarium. The Senators killed my father and my sister, see? And I promised myself that I learned how to protect people one day. Like Albert said, this is our home. We're the ones who have to protect it. We're the ones who have to rise up as the new Warriors of Light. What about you, Arthur? Me? To be honest, I'm still not sure what I want to do. But if my friends were in trouble, I know that I want to help them. And I want to go on adventures with them. See the world together. That's a wonderful goal. You really think so? It's hard to explain. It's something I felt when I saw the star shower the other day. I felt as though there was something I lost and that I had to go out there and find it. Well, for the both of you, there's nothing for it but to train. When we return to the city, I'll teach you some exercises you can do by yourself. Thanks for showing us your fighting skills, Warrior of Darkness. We'll never forget it. I understand how it feels. The Starshire didn't awaken me to hiding his voice, but the vision of the final days of Amarat burning. It filled me with sadness to the very pit of my being. Things I once knew, people I once loved, promises I once made, it felt as though long forgotten memories were dancing at the edge of my mind, but when I try to focus on them, they simply fade away. An effort of having a fractured soul I shouldn't doubt, but least you worry, I'm perfectly happy to remain fractured and have no intention of donning an Anastian mask. I just wish we knew what Elvis was plotting. Ha, but look at this pair of incurable boulders. If we were going to stand around lost in thought, we might as well do it back in the city. Rest assured, Rain and I will take the children from here. Their heads will be in the clouds after meeting you, but we will see to it that their feet remain firmly planted on the ground. Uh-oh. time for them to get back. It's nothing, just an easy spell. Seems I tried a little too hard to beat you. I'm fine now. Not to worry, I'll see you soon. As you ponder Alizé's words, you are taken by an urge to revisit the scene of that fateful meeting. Back to Crystarium. Oh, look, it's Mouth L. They logged back in. That's where I'm supposed to go? I'll go to the lookout. Okay. It's over here. Excuse me. All right.
Was it you who called me here?
I Princess Brown.
Oh, okay.
It's yummy. It's so hot. It's so spicy.
So spicy.
Uh-huh.
After your convocation, I bid you welcome to our board. Time you will stand with us, at times you will stand against us. All that you might steer mankind to the very star upon their true course. For yours is the seat of XIV, the emissary, and by this name shall your every action be guided. Interesting.
So you peered into my memories. No matter. You will have found little of import. But I see you intended to summon me here no more than I intended to come. The fault is mine. Such is the burden of hope.
You make your NCAA
Come
bracket
now.
close today? Nah,
My
I didn't.
plans are no mystery.
I ain't know anything
That
about
which
it.
I
Oh,
do is no
you talking about
different from that
ESPN?
which you have done so many times, Warrior of Darkness. I arm myself, I hone my skills, I make ready to vanquish my enemy. You. You who have murdered my brothers, who have taken their selfless labors in service to the one true world and turned them to ash. I see you for what you are. You are death, and only in death shall you serve any purpose. The Convocation charged me to steer mankind and the very star upon their true course. As Elidibus, it is my duty, and I shall see it done. I will strike you down.
Excuse me.
Destroy you body and soul. All else must wait. Ere long I will come for you, warrior of darkness. And I will save the world. One last matter. I bore witness to your final struggle with Emet-Selch. It seemed as if he saw something familiar in you. As if he mistook you for another. No. I recall not of whom he spoke. Mayhap I never knew you. Or mayhap it is another fragment lost.
Ah, I wasn't aware you already had a guest. If the conversation is constructive, I shall not intrude.
Oh, look.
But if you seek to stir up trouble, Elidibus, then I must insist you leave at once.
Though you lack her blessing, your soul is surprisingly dense.
Okay.
Worry not. I seem to be unharmed. This is my own doing. The consequence of my recent exertions. It is the Tower's way of compensating me for the demands I have placed on it. Rest assured, it is no great inconvenience at present. Indeed, I told Beck Lug as much, but they would not be persuaded and sent me away to rest. No need to make a fuss. Strange as it may sound, I consider it something
Man got a condition.
One of the brave souls who saw me delivered unto the first once said that the world shall ever have a place for tales of heroism so long as we have need of inspiration in our lives. Though he and his fellows had no way of knowing whether their mad scheme would amount to anything, they knew that the attempt alone would inspire hope, or so they hoped. A more optimistic lot one would be hard-pressed to find. They said they would find a means to save our God's forsaken world, just as soon as they had sent me on my way. Said it with such confidence that, for a fleeting moment, I half believed them. Such faith, such courage in the face of unrelenting despair. For a long time, it was more than I could bear to remember them. But having come this far, having sent full many on their way myself, I see things more clearly. To take action is to hope. To believe, to choose to believe, is to take the first step towards a brighter future. And why do I tell you this? Because I want you to indulge me in a little recklessness. Needless to say, I have a plan. And when all is said and done, I will ask yet another favor of you.
You're both here. Oh, thank goodness.
What's wrong?
It's Thancred. He's collapsed.
That ain't good. Fate seems determined not to allow us a quiet moment. But come, let us have the details from Brain. It happened after Alizé and I saw the children back to Sparagards. We changed to meet Thancred there, returning from his mission. He had been shadowing Libis around the realm, only to lose sight of him near the Crystarium. And he was in the middle of telling us where he'd been when he just crumpled to the ground. The Churgans are looking after him now, with Alphinaud standing by, just in case his healing magics are needed. Since I couldn't do anything to help, I thought I'd be best to find you, and the guard at the extra told me where to look. I see. It cannot have been easy leaving Thancred's side, but thanks for bearing word to us. Come, let us hurry to Sparwitz. Okay. Down the steps we go. Okay. They dragged you here too, did they? My apologies. How do you feel? Embarrassed, but otherwise well enough. I won't be staying overnight. This episode was not the result of any injury I could find. Thancred's ether, however, did show signs of instability, and I did what I could to calm the fluctuations. And all of this happened without warning? Not exactly. You will doubtlessly recall the time Yurianje nearly drowned and I gauntletly went in to rescue. When his water walking charm failed, he was tired, as were you when you got back. We were both spent, yes, on account of which you begged us to rest, which in retrospect may have been a good idea. The fact is, I've been experiencing regular bouts of lightheadedness ever since, but there was no actual fainting until now. Right. Alizé fainted too, or had these spells. As often observed, we have no lingering injuries, and it's most certainly isn't old age, which leaves but only one likely cause. The link between the body and soul has weakened further. Time grows short. We must complete the spirit vessel with all haste. To that end, Duran, might I trouble you to make a trip to the source? In addition to looking in on our friends' bodies, I would have you consult Coriel about our plan. If she has any concerns, we should at least endeavor to address them prior to proceeding. All right, gotta take a trip back to the mainland. In the meantime, we should get back to Lane. In the forest of the learning and the such, each of the places he has visited, there has been significant sightings of suspicious black-eyed strangers. Moreover, the coming of these shady individuals has invariably coincided with some manner of misfortune. Beasts terrorizing settlements, blight ravaging crops, the sort of thing. All of which serves rather conveniently to make Elibas' call for a new hero reverberate that much more loudly in the hearts of his audience. And you think these black-clad strangers are Asians? I do, and I fully intend to investigate further, though for that I shall require additional feet on the ground. You can count on mine. God knows we've been itching to get out of there for a while. Perhaps your Yandre can be prevailed upon to join your efforts. He has already provided copious guidance on the matter of the spirit vessels construction. It is for Beklu and I to wrestle with the rest. Well, if you can spare the old boy, we may as well make use of him. I'll go and give him the good news. Good do not such thing. However, heedless you are of your own well-being. If you care at all for Rain's feelings, you will stay in bed until you're needed. Alpha and I will find your Yandre. All being well, we'll have news to share by the time you return. Safe travels, Duran. Okay, I guess we're going to speak with Dr. Rope at the mainland, the source. And Cryo. Oh, no meetings allowed in here, huh? Okay. Duran, what awful timing. You see, our friends, they've taken a turn for the worse. Cryo's hardly had a moment's rest these past few days. She doesn't want everyone to worry, so we've been keeping it quiet. Oh, but listen to me. I call myself a receptionist, and I haven't even bothered to ask you why you're here. So, they think the spirit vessels will be ready soon? And they want to make sure that there are no problems at this end. You better talk to Cryle. She's with the others in Dawn's respite. Let's go see her. Just prepare yourself, alright? Okay, this is the part my wife was talking about. She's like, you should better go and go see the bodies laying down in there. Like, not yet. But now I can.
Excuse us.
Why are you hitting me?
This way.
Look at their bodies just laying there like they dead.
I would rather you hadn't seen this.
I'm streaming, baby.
Huh?
I'm streaming. See, you can see
I'm
yourself on the
sorry.
camera.
We have urgent tidings.
What?
Better go see what mommy wants.
No, I'm not angry with you. On the contrary. I know full well how hard everyone has been searching for a way to return home. And I had hoped to afford you the time you needed. But given our friend's present state, perhaps it was for the best that you came. Stiff and cold, all of them. As if they were made of wax.
Kind of wild.
Barely alive at all.
Right, funny. We just see them just a second ago all walking around in the other area, but they're barely alive here.
And they had been doing so well. Save for occasional signs of etheric instability, they appeared to be in passable health. Then, quite without warning, things took a turn for the worse. A change for which even Master Matoya could offer no explanation. She could only remind me that the soul is yet an unknown frontier, and that much and more lies beyond our ken. But let's not lose heart just yet. At times like these, it is all the more important that we remain positive. Why? I but this moment succeeded in quelling a fluctuation in Thancred's ether. And while the others have weakened, they have remained relatively stable.
Oh, excuse me.
I believe I may leave my post for a moment. So come, let me hear your tale outside.
Two lalas. Some of the few lalas you can trust, y'all. Most of these lalas is evil. What's the news from the first? Explain what's going on in the first. I see. Why are you hitting me? Working on the spirit vessel proceeds apace, but our friends begin to falter as they themselves have observed the link between the body and the soul has weakened. It's as simple as that. Why are you hitting me? For now, I am still able to quell the fluctuations in their ether, but it's only a matter of time. We'll lose them if we don't act soon. So if the Exarch is ready to attempt something, let him attempt it. As for the spirit vessel itself, if we seek to draw upon Alleghenian wisdom, we could do worse than consult an expert in the field. And I think I know just the man. Time being against us, it may be best if I go and solicit his aid in person, even if it does mean leaving my patients. Bending, maiming, striking. Okay. Alright. Judge a sheepish expression. Talk to his favor to ask. Dorian, could you spare a moment while Crowell goes and finds this expert of hers? I mean, there's a gift I was hoping to send to our friends in the first, you see. And since we might be waiting a while, I wonder if you wouldn't mind giving me a hand with it. My first attempt turned out so well, so now I'm going to be make it properly. I'll be in the kitchen at the house of Splendors. Meet me there. Awesome. Well, I had better be off too. I shall soon see you soon, either here or at the house, depending on how our patrons fare in my absence. I'm going to assume not going too far from here. Somewhere here in Morgana. Okay, so where do we want to go? Do we go this way? Is it up? Something's up. It's definitely not up anymore. Alright. Ah, just went the wrong way. Here, Duran, I'm sure you've guessed the gift is a bit of a home cooking. Unlike Cryo, I can't do much to help our friends directly, but that doesn't mean I've been idle. No, I've been doing my best for the order, taking on this job, and that to keep our coffers full. I've even helped out with the Asgardian restoration. And in the course of all this, my culinary skills have come on quite a bit. So I thought, why not make something for our friends? It's baking in the oven even as we speak. Shouldn't be long now. Okay. There. Baked to perfection, even if I do say so myself. It's bread. Okay. Your cake. Let me say that. Your cake looks like bread. It is bread, silly. And not just any old bread. Here is old world bread. Akron loaf, to be precise. It's what they eat over in Charlotte. Simple fare, I admit, but I thought it would remind our friends of home. If nothing else, Crowd tells me it's a good source of ether. So it should lend them a bit of strength, at least. There's truly nothing like the smell of bread fresh from the oven. Cryo, and if it isn't Rhombodors too? Okay. I trust you require no introduction either, Duran? No, it's one of the few people I recognize. He's the same size as me. Greetings, my friend. Full glad I am to see you as well. I confess, I have a long list of questions to ask you, but it will endeavor to contain my curiosity for the present. I understand our mutual friend is struggling with the application of certain Allegheny technologies. I have been keeping Romulus appraised of events in the first. If anyone can provide insight into the matter, it's him and the fellow sons. Loath as I am to disappoint you after so glowing an endorsement, my memory transference was the sole providence of Allegheny royalty. Its mechanisms closely guarded, secret. If any records of them remain, we have yet to find it. To wit, I regret that I can offer no solution to your problem. Well, thanks, dude. Which begs the question of why I bothered to come here empty-handed, as I am. The answer being, rather brazenly, to ask a favor. I would have you relay the message to our comrades. Tell him that we never doubted him. Never doubted that he would achieve all that he said he would. Those of us who remain behind have yet to play our part. But when the time comes, he may rest easy in knowledge that we will most assuredly do so. And then the tower shall be shine once more as a beacon of hope in this world and beyond. So tell him that we've considered his duty done and that he should follow his heart now. Forgive me, but do you say this to discourage him from overexerting himself, or to encourage him to hold nothing back? That is for our friend to decide, but either way, I dare say a certain someone will be unimpressed. Well, there you have it, Duran. If you would be so good to see Rambus' message to talk to her, bread, to the recipients, along with my report, of course. So heading back. Grob, before I wrap the bread up, would you mind giving it a try, just to make sure everything is as it should be? But of course, I'm always happy to lend my taste buds. Okay. Excuse me, Romulus. As a fellow Salon, may I trouble you for your opinion? Well, I usually have mine with a good Dollywapo Ronnaberry jam, but I suppose plain is best for sampling purposes. Everybody's sampling it. It's going to be gone. I see. Oh no, is it that bad? It is indeed, Tataru. Dense and unpleasant, exactly as it should be. Just so, the very taste of home. As you might expect, our countrymen have immersed a wealth of culinary wisdom from every corner of the world, but our native cuisine is, shall we say, a little lacking. Australian, the majority regard food as a source of nourishment rather than enjoyment, save for those few who actually research the culinary arts. We pay little heed to the niceties of taste and texture. Oh, crap. In order to maximize nutrition value and incorporation, copious quantities of pulverizing fish and vegetables matter into the dough, all with nard and care for those quantities will make bread enjoyable. The result is flavor that continues to defy description. Yet, for its many shortcomings, the loaf's natural value cannot be denied, and being a damnably convenient way to cater to one's bodily needs, it's quickly found an audience amongst busy scholars. Why, when I was a lad, nigh every meal was a sandwich made with this very bread and whatever ingredients happened to be on hand. I suspect just about every archon could say so. Having been away from the home for so long, I thought I might have forgotten the taste, but no, it's all too familiar. Now, how it takes me back. If there is enough, perhaps you could spare some for the XIV. He is certain to appreciate it. Oh, there's plenty to go around. I'll be sure to wrap up an extra slice. Duran, when you deliver the loaf, please be sure to send everyone my regards. Tell them we are doing everything we can and that we'll be praying for their safe return until the moment they get back. So, back to the first, right? Okay, heading back to the first. For those who haven't been following the story, I'm essentially in a multiverse. saga right now. So. Let's go. Welcome back, my friend. How was your journey? Give you some of this bread. People said, "What's up?" By the 12s. Arkham loaf. However, did you come by this? I swear I had come straight from Charlotte. Yeah, pretty much. Remember said that, did he? His words were very nearly as heavy as the bread, but I appreciate the sentiment. Should you have the chance, you may tell him that we needn't to worry. That which I seek to do, I do for my own violation, and with all my heart. In pursuing the path, fully expect to earn censures of our friends, and to deserve it. But I shall forego on regardless. Forge on as you yourself did when faced with similar predicament. So I ask that you have faith in me, in what we do. But if we're talking about your journey before the others arrive, I would hear how their bodies are fare. Yeah, it's not a good deal. Oh, and the bread I shall save for later. Though it has been many years, I have not forgotten the feats of macetation requirements to consume it, nor how conducive they are to conservation. Sure, here I'm telling him about what's going on with their bodies. But now they will show up. Oh, excuse me.
Forgive the delay.
We have visited every region and confirmed the presence of Ascians throughout the realm.
Lest a grave predicament be made to seem hopeless, it should be noted that they are of inferior rank. The black-masked minions who answer to the red.
Yes, a gaggle of schemers attempting to exploit recent events to sow the seeds of petty conflict. Fortunately, nothing of any great concern has come of their meddling just yet.
We also encountered a number of the Crystarium's former defenders, busily solving this problem and that in a bid to become warriors of light.
Their zeal is to be applauded. 'Tis but a pity I cannot encourage them on their cause.
Not knowing Elidibus set them upon it, no. Both the troubles to be solved and the villains to be vanquished are his doing too, like as not. And so, with apologies to the aspiring warriors of light, I believe it best that we deal with the Ascians quickly and quietly.
I quite agree.
But tell us, what news from the source? How fare our bodies?
Shoot, how should we do this? Let's just be upfront with it.
Oh dear. Then we must redouble our efforts. Not that we've ever stinted in that regard.
This would seem an appropriate moment to ask about the spirit vessel. Tell me you've made some progress.
We have, as it happens. One moment.
The red stones. Then this doth mean...
For the benefit of all, permit us to explain. As you will recall,
Using white auracite as our starting point, we fashioned the vessel for mind and memory both. Yet, though it served this purpose admirably, the process of imbuing it with one's complete essence proved a somewhat thornier proposition. Simply put, the memory would not accompany the mind, and so we looked to the Allegan's mastery of memory transference for a solution.
This approach was not without its own complications, however, relying as it does upon blood, which inanimate objects, notably, do not possess. Methods of suffusing the vessel with drops of the aforementioned. Alas, our painstaking experimentation succeeded only in making me feel faint, and singularly failed to imbue the crystal with the necessary properties. It was then that an idea occurred to me, namely that we might fuse the vessel not with normal blood, but with my crystallized essence.
You're doing this for our sakes. So far be it from us to complain. But don't think we haven't noticed what's happening to your arm.
It falls well short of offering up my life in exchange for yours, which was your only stipulated prohibition, as I recall. And it is but a small price to pay for delivering you home.
Assuming it works. We shall soon know if this grisly addition will serve as a suitable conduit for the subject's memory. Although not soon enough to warrant your waiting, the test is like to take a while.
Let us be off then. We have Ascians to attend to, among other things.
Forgive me, but I count 6 vessels, and there are only 5 of us.
One is for testing purposes. I will personally use it to see whether the crystal functions as it should.
And if it does, wouldn't that mean that your soul could also return to the source?
Yes. In theory, at least. But there is a distinct difference between your circumstances and mine. While your corporeal forms want for souls, my past self does not. Mayhap our essences would blend, or mayhap they would curdle. There is no telling what might occur.
And you'd be willing to take that risk?
I would.
I see.
I'm back, everybody remaining off camera though, because I'm gonna be stuffing my face. Household moment ran. I'll speak to thee on the matters of the Exarch's mute return unto the source. Sorry. Thou would have observed that our friend spake not in yet if Beclu had the right of it, it is possible to predict the outcome of his plan with some confidence. And it is their assessment that we give the opportunity that the Exarch's soul should be successfully merged with that of his younger self. Which is to say that the process is without complication. For one, the Exarch hath been subjected to additional rejoining, an experience which will have wrought they chance in his ethereal composition. As thou thyself did demonstrate in merging with Albert. However, their existence is an infinity twixt like souls, and this doeth give us cause to hope. Yet remaineth one indolent condition upon which success doeth hinge. The exarch must need recognize his past self as simply that, himself. As our recent travels have demonstrated, memories of the essential to the soul, any discrepancy of this in the form may feasibly cause the latter to spurn its former flesh. It's a seemingly simple yet complex problem, for nigh on the century, our friends have strived only to deliver this realm to deliver thee, and to that singular end did he cast aside his very name, that he might assume the mantle of the crystal exarch. Henceforth, none can say what choice our friend will make, but I thought it only right that thou be made aware of his true truths. Okay. Give me just a second, y'all. Eat some of this food real quick before I move on. Alright. We'll move some more a little bit later. Right. Faded memories. Right then, whilst the exarch literally pours his own sweat and blood into his olive task, it seems only fair that we attend to our own, dealing with Elobus and his minions. Just so, and there is one other matter. In light of our deteriorating health, Yashota should not be left alone at Iden. Might I trouble you to visit her, Duran, see that all is well? I will go myself, and not skip past it. My thanks to you may leave the Assassins to us. Once they are out of the way, we will retire to Umor, and when Yashota has finished plumbing the depths, I would like the two of you to join us. If you are bound for Einiger, I suggest you go visit Vinmont Yards. Our friends there will be glad to provide a boat for you. Let us be on our way then. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Totoro, you say? Whatever could it be? It's this nasty, dense bread. Arkanloaf, thou sayest. Why, even to hear the name, doeth transport me to times long past. Bread from another world? May I try some? Mayest thou, child. Thou must. That said, though, I personally disagree with the census. I do nonetheless advise thee to temper thine expectations. Right. Wise words have never been uttered. Though it's rarely darkened our dining table at home, I can attest that it was standard fare at the stadium. Indeed, a slice was never far from our peers' hands. I don't know, you really are an unbearable snob sometimes. Do you know that? What I believe my colleagues are trying to say is that we appreciate the gesture. Totoro will do our best to return before she is forced to seek further supplementary employment. Right. Let us really be off now. We can find a drink to wash down the bread on the way. That is, you know, you gotta have something to wash it down with. All right, we are heading to Vinmont Yard, which is close to right. Shala. Oh, if there isn't the warrior darkness herself, what brings you to these parts? Heading out to sea, eh? But of course, we'd be happy to help you. Just say the word and I'll ready a boat. Word? Yep, there's good old Yasholta.
Excellent. I had intended to speak with you alone. None of my doing, lest you misunderstand. The link between her body and soul wavers. I know not what you hoped to find here, but it will avail you naught to learn of our past. fades. Fades away into oblivion. Does the world no longer have need of me? No. I am Elidibus, and I will fulfill my duty. Sundered though you may be, you fought for the world's salvation. For hope. Hope. It swells within me, empowers me. Now I may carry out my mission. And yet, why do I yearn for this? Why do I struggle so? I shall take her into my safekeeping. If you want her back, you will do as I ask. Show me your strength. I would take your measure. I have prepared a suitable arena. You need but ride the flow of ether.
Duty. Oh boy. You are familiar with this place, I believe. This is, remember, Amarat. Proceed to the capital. I shall return your comrade to you there. You speak as if you were disappointed in me. Why? I am your enemy, you are mine. Our goals are in conflict, and we are fate to clash. Or had you hoped that friend sympathy and false understanding would cast your crimes in a less light, and that I would come look upon you as a friend? You who have slaughtered my people, you who would tear down everything we had built. Do not deny it then. Very well. Let us change the cast of this trial. You will know what you have stolen from us. But do not imagine I crave remorse, only justice. Excuse me. with me no go? Your monster could be someone beloved. That is what I wish to impress upon you. Come, we should dwell on the beginnings. Dude's kind of a jerk, man. Okay. It seems it would take more than just those monsters to leave an impression upon you. Or perhaps you simply fail to understand my meaning, not that it matters. No, I have dealt with countless heroes. Always it ends the same way. No amount of reasoning will bridge our differences. Will result in happiness for all. Whatever your reason may be, I cannot be bound by them. I can but put faith in my own beliefs and fight for them with all my being. We'll go with the first one. You're wrong. We can always strive for understanding, for compromise. How very naive. If you are willing to compromise on your beliefs, you all but admit that they are flawed. And I assure you, I have no intention of compromising on mine. Come what may, I will fulfill my mission as Elizabeth. But enough talk. It is. Falsely accused of genocide, you fled for the snow. He's just taking us through our story, huh? Okay. I'm guessing. Along the tide of the events, you pursued and slew those who sought to stop the unending conflict as you did. beginning to limber up. Keep the fire. Fine thing. Around heroes, people are wont to flock. People who are harbor all the manner of motions of each other best heroes and relax. That would pretty bit have been the next fight, but okay. You know what comes next? You put it into the Dragon's Song War. Yeah. Every end is marks in the beginning, and heroes such as you can only ever conflict. Son of a biscuit, where'd he go? No. This way? Are you enjoying this walk down memory lane? I dare say there will have been few individuals for whom you harbor deep feelings, whose passing caused you needless grief. That is what our people are to us. An irreplaceable existence that can ill be lost. I will save them, for they are my. Never mind. We are not here to talk. Let us return to the task at hand. So, follow the trail of ash you set forth for Alamigo and Doma in the storm's blood. Natural beastly strength that we shall lay it bare. Yeah, when the souls are gathered, so too the fire burns. This way did you outside around the flame. Oh, what's making me fight all my friends. Here we shall have the test between fellow beasts. It is only fitting that you would agree. My creations appear to have lost its form. It is no easy thing to see through the eyes of a beast such as him. In any event, there is only so much to be learned by taking your measures this way. Let us try something different. Come, we'll continue within. Okay. And the precious show of strength. There's surely no more than a force set of that which such conquered is capable. Such might requires a fair measure to compare like with like, yes? I shall just have to test you myself. Come on, Duran. Show me what you can do. Okay, here we go. answer. Okay. Duty complete.
You have grown stronger since last we fought. The result of your trials in the first, no doubt.
Have you finished? My apologies. I freed myself as soon as I awoke, but rather too late, I see. Now, Elidibus, if you have ceased trading blows, I would trade words with you. I have a theory, you see. One concerning that which you seek to accomplish. It stems from who, or rather what, you truly are. A primal. The ancients created Zodiac to deliver the star from destruction. If the magic that brought him forth is the precursor of what we know as summoning, then Zodiac would have been instilled with a presiding desire. I found it among the records at Anida, and it came as no surprise. Were I faced with the world's destruction, I too would wish for the same. Salvation. I know that you sacrificed yourself to become Zodiac's heart. How you came to be separated from him is less clear. But if you are a fragment of his being, it stands to reason a desire for the world's salvation would drive you. And thus did you seek to inspire the masses to rise up as warriors of light, going so far as to use Ardbert as a symbol of hope.
Correct on all counts. Such is my nature, and such are my methods. I have aided heroes. I have made them. I have even become them.
Who's that? Elizabeth?
This served not only to strengthen me, but also to facilitate the work of my brothers, such as Emmett Selk, with his penchant for nation building.
Art.
Then you will be all too familiar with the fickleness of mankind. We change, we forget, and what little we do remember becomes twisted and fragmented over time. For which reason, you deem us unfit to carry on your legacy. But are you, yourself, free of these foibles? As the last witness of the final days, do you remember everything that was lost? Or even the things you cared about?
Get to the point.
A primal is shaped by the hope that fuels it. Even should this hope be something as simple as the world's salvation, it is the collective desire of innumerable disparate souls crying out for deliverance. Having drawn your strength from such a cacophony of voices, can you truly be sure you still speak with your own?
Your question is irrelevant. No matter how much I should change, no matter how much I should forget, I shall ever remember my duty. At times I stand with my brethren. At times I stand against them. All that I might steer mankind and the very star upon their true course. For Elidibus is my name and my mission, guiding my every deed. But enough talk. You have shown me sufficient proof of your might. As I am now, I would struggle to defeat you. Yet I have still to play all of my cards. If I could offer you some semblance of sport, your lessers would pose no threat to me. Would you not agree, Warrior of Darkness?
Okay, it's been an eventful morning, if indeed it is morning. I have no idea how long I was unconscious. Regardless, I'm gratified to see that my efforts at Endwalker have borne fruit. We have confirmed the nature of our foe and his plot. Now then, what news from the surface? Let's see. Then let's make for a little more at once. We have much to share with our comrades. Olympus parting threat, not least of all. But forgive me, it would seem my belongings did not accompany me here. I will need to retrieve them from Endor. With luck, the ethereal stream you traverse still lingers. I won't be long. Trinkets left. Etched in stars. I think that is. Yeah. Okay. Peculiar crystal lies on the floor. Upon the surface, an array of light twinkles like a tiny constellation of stars. Day forth, bring honor to the seat of. The distorted voice of an ancient rings out in your mind, a moment preserved in the crystal, it would seem. You notice something else glitting up ahead. Okay. Oh, it's more of those little crystals. You find 3 more crystals laying on the floor, though they differ in color and decoration. Each is identical in shape. You focus on the crystals and find that the words they hold ring clearer than before. Behold, influence. Embraced by the earth and caressed by the wind, vibrant life flourish. All is right in creation. There can be no greater joy than to use our wisdom for the good of our people. No greater pride. May all know happiness now and forevermore. There do not appear to be any more crystals in the hall. Perhaps it would be wise to continue the search outside. Seems to be more. Your instincts serve you true, and you discover another 2 crystals. As you reach out with your conscious, new voices begin to echo in your mind. The heavens are ablaze, and the land rent asunder. What will become of the world? Is life itself to be denied? Come, what may we not surrender to despair? If we but hold fast to hope, we may yet find a path to salvation. The voice tell an incomplete tale, might more remain to be found. You soon discover 2 more crystals, rather too soon, in fact, as if someone wanted you to find them. Everything burns, crumble, decay. I hear lamentations of my brethren, and soon there will be only silence. We will deliver our star from its doom. We swear, so please, dry your tears. Whatever which at the end of your search it is plain you have to yet to find it. Sure enough, your persistence is swiftly rewarded, this time with 3 crystals. The time has come. We shall rewrite the laws of creation, and we shall save our star. From this life our Savior is born. May I be worthy of the honor. I feel my soul turning, slowly but irrevocably, and the power I wield begins to seem terrible, but this is right. Is it right? These just laying around, or someone actually placed these here? The tale of the crystals we seems to it's near its end, but it is not over yet. With almost melancholy inability, the 12th crystal soon reveals itself to you, your questing eye. Though salvation is ours, it came at a great sacrifice. All that remains is to pray. To pray that we will one day meet again beneath a blue sky. Judging by its testimony, it would seem the voice was recorded in the wake of the final days. As you can see the area, another glint catches your eye. good of you to remember. Eh, I see you have been collecting stars. I speak of those crystals. They have constellations etched upon them, yes. High in the heavens, those stars shine their guiding light down upon the lives below, fitting symbol for the convocation of the 14th. Would you not agree? As you will have gathered, each crystal bears an account of the life of a member of the convocation as remembered by the unsundered. Least you worry, they aren't concepts. They are far too incomplete to be so, but they suffice for imbuing memories within Southern soul, that they might be restored to their office. Keep them, I am sure, any such would admire. So, how fare you of late? You are feeling with illness this time, I believe? I always thought these cats were just a memory of him itself. Not anything more. I shall refrain from passing comment on your struggle. It is not my place to do so, long departed as I am. That's what I thought. But I may give voice to personal desire. I would rather you lived. If you do not, how will you keep your promise to insult, the promise to remember? It must weigh heavy, the burden of all those memories. The one who has lived a life such as yours. I can well imagine Elizabeth's existence might seem hollow, how empty his single-minded pursuit of a half-forgotten cause must appear. But know that thy devotion is not without reason, even if he himself can no longer remember what that reason is. Well, that's quite enough talk about Elite Elvis. I would see that if you can reunite the wayward stars. I mentioned before that there was a member of the conclave who opposed Zodark's summoning and defected, one whose office was left vacant. Defectors have been deemed unworthy of communication. No crystal exists for the individual in question, or it shouldn't exist at any rate, and wouldn't, had a friend not created one in secret. A crystal bearing the forgotten name of his office along with a magic of his own concave, a single indication embodying his spirit. Among all the offices, the 14th was the most unusual, for while the rest of the set in Amarat, its holder was charged with gaining an intimate knowledge of the wider world. In the course of his duty, he traveled the length and breadth of every land and befriended countless folks. He encountered trouble too, of course, matters which he could simply have referred to the convocation, but that was not his way. Nay, more often than not, he would call upon his comrades and together resolve matters themselves. Such as the magic sealed within the crystal, the magic that summons the stars to your side. In time of greatest need, should you wish upon it with all your heart, it will surely answer your call. And now, it is where it belongs. Oh, there is no need for thanks, but nor will I hear any complaints about it either. After all, I cannot say whether I act on my own volition or by the will of the Creator. Interesting.
I was wondering where you'd disappeared to. Is something troubling you? No? Very well. I have everything. Let's hurry back to the surface.
Fresh air at last, long last. It would celebrate my return to dry land. With a pot of tea, have we the luxury of time? But we must prepare for Elibus. Given what we know, it is what it is plain he will not be deterred from his course. Nor would I, were I him. Not if it meant forsaking everything I loved. That said, I have not forgotten how Emmett sought to find common ground with us for all of our misgivings. Ultimately, our differences were not to be bridged, of course, but one must always try. Emmett Selch understood this, and if his gesture resonated with you, perhaps you might consider reaching out to his brother. Though it may all be for naught, you of all people know that there is no such thing as a foregone conclusion. Okay. I think that takes us to covering light. Okay, so there's a dungeon. We'll go up into the dungeon and then call it a night because I don't think I'm gonna get anybody to queue in enough time here. Although it's still pretty early on the West Coast, but I'd rather just call it there. Kind of tired of myself. Shoulder gazes out into the distance. Right, no more musing. We have taken far too long as it is. Our friends await us in Ilmore. Yes, let us hurry and rejoin them. That said one thing, and this says something completely different. It appears we are fashionably late. Come, our tale will not wait.
Forgive us our lateness. Master Chai, my congratulations on your appointment. By all accounts, you are a capable mayor.
Oh, I have capable friends, my lady. I must say, it's good to see you looking hale and whole again.
The credit for that lies with my own capable friend, without whom I might never have escaped my abductor.
I suppose that would explain why Elidibus has been fostering faith in the Warrior of Light. While you were enjoying your audience with the Wandering Heart of Zodiark, we were busy dispatching the last of the Black Master Ascians, a task which proved almost insultingly easy. Formidable though we undoubtedly are, they were obviously sent to provide encouragement for budding heroes. One cannot help but wonder how many times the ploy has been used before.
Master Chai, You mentioned that the people of Calusia are similarly enamored of the Warrior of Light.
Indeed, though it's hardly surprising given the state of the world. Many are still struggling to find a purpose, and it's only natural that they should take comfort in the tales.
Then the fever has spread to every corner of Norvrent. We may have dealt with his black-masked minions, but it is plain Elidibus has yet to show his hand.
Oh my! What a spectacular sky!
Another star shower. Wait, is that... Amaranth?
Did you hear that? That voice calling out?
No, I didn't hear anything, but... Why do I feel so... like I've lost something dear to me?
Does Elidibus seek to awaken more people to the Echo with clearer visions of the final days?
And who might you be?
Whoever they are, they've come for our heads! No, you don't!
They are not of flesh and blood.
I know this magic. The rings are like unto those that the Exarch did employ in our summoning.
Are you saying the Exarch is summoning them?
Nay, yet the similarity can be no mere coincidence.
Should we make a stand here, or retreat to the Crystarium?
The ether churns around us. More of them will appear ere long. To stay would only place innocents in harm's way. We must fight this battle elsewhere.
Wait! Take one of our airships. You can decide what to do on your flight to the Crystarium.
You are a capable leader in your own right, Master Chai. The citizens of Yulnor chose well.
It's settled then. To the airship!
Alright, well there is the... There's the dungeon. We will hold off that till another time. I may not even stream it. May just play it tomorrow afternoon before the games. I morning before the games and see how I fare. All right. Well, thanks everybody who is still here, who might be hanging out. Appreciate that. We'll catch up with everybody on the next stream, which probably won't be till either Saturday or Sunday, just because of the start of the tournament. But we will be back at some point then. Until then, it is your